In this video, we're going to cover how to maximize your profits when trading Solana meme coins, how to enter and leave a trade, and just general tips and tricks on how to make more money from the market. The first thing we're going to cover is how to enter a trade and how to exit or know when to exit a trade. So let's go into any token, let's say VChat Trencher. So when a token launches, it's going to launch at 6K or 8K mark. Now, as you can see here, let's make this smaller and open up the chart. So there's going to be a lot of volume when you're buying in, and what you want to do is enter at a low. You don't want to top last. I know there's a lot of hype when a token launches and you want to get in as soon as possible, but to maximize your profits, you're going to want to wait till someone sells to get in. So let's say the token launched here, for instance. We want to wait till there's a red candle and then buy in. Don't be buying in like up here. This will be top lasting. You're just FOMO, fear of missing out, and you're buying in at a top. So you always want to wait for a red candle before getting in. So over here would be a bad time, and then when the candles go red like this, then you can get in at a lower mark. And the price is always going to go down. It's never going to constantly go up, and if it only goes up, then it's a scam. So if we look here, let's say up here would be top lasting. Look at this big sell. You would have got in at 38 market cap. If you waited a couple more seconds, you could have got in at 26K mark. So we always want to get in when someone is selling. So what I like to do is when the price is going up, I'm going to wait for like 3 to 4 red candles like this and then buy in. I would have bought in here, and if you want to wait longer, you can wait all the way to 27K. So that's how you enter. You want to enter on a red candle, and you don't want to top blast it by buying at the very top. Now, when to get out. So a lot of people watch YouTube videos and they want to make $1 million, $2 million in a day. That's not looking reasonable. So you need to actually get a grasp of this and understand what you're doing. You're trading. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. That's not going to happen. So you want to make a reasonable goal. Like let's say I want to double my money. I want to make $50. I want to make $100. So let's say you bought in here. Let's put a little line here at the bottom. So you bought in here at 27K market cap. For you to make a 2x, which would be 54K market. So 54K is here. Let's say around here. So for you to make a 2x, if you bought in here, you'd have to sell at 54K. But why do you have to make a 2x? Like a 2x would be $100 if you invest $100. But why don't you make $50 and sell at a halfway point like here, like 40K mark? I like to scalp. Now, the way you scalp is basically you get in and you only hold it for like 10 to 20 seconds and you sell. You don't hold it for long term. I don't trade for 10x, 20x, 30x. I trade to make, let's say, each trade I want to make $100 per trade. Seven trades a day, that's $700 a day. That's good money. You don't have to make 20K in one day. As long as you're making $100 a day, that's $700 a week. That's a lot of money. It's more than most people's salary. So you need to have reasonable goals, and that's how you're going to make the most money. Don't be holding for like a 20, 30x, because if you bought in here and you're waiting for a 20, 30x, you can see here there's a big sell off at 80K and we're back down. We're actually in a loss here if it goes below our blue line here. So that's why we want to make quick money, get in and out, and go into the next token. There's always going to be tokens on the market. There's tokens created, like 10 tokens created a second. So you're never going to miss out on opportunity. So try to make $50 a trade or $100 a trade. And let's set a cap. So like, let's say you want to make $1,000 a day. Once you make $1,000, stop trading. Do not overtrade. Overtrade is when you lose all your money. You make your $1,000 and you move on. That's it. Trade the next day. There's loads of days. There's loads of tokens. There's loads of opportunities. You don't have to rush this. A lot of new people rush trading Solana meme coins, and that's when they make mistakes. So we covered how to enter and how to leave. Now let's just cover a couple of tips and tricks. So the main thing you want to look at is these two icons: snipers, bundlers, and insiders. This is the third icon if you want to look at that. Insiders is usually all green now because they found a way to manipulate it and get past the detection. But these three we want to look at. So you can see here these three tokens. Let's open them up. They're both 73% snipers, 73% bundlers. So I can tell you now just by looking at this that it's going to be launched at 40K, 50K, and they're going to have the whole supply sniped up within like 50 to 10 wallets, 50 to 100 wallets, sorry. So if we look here at sideline, you can see here the chart looks natural, yeah? But you want to zoom out because we're using 1 second candles, don't forget. You can see here the chart is bogey. They launched it, they sniped up to 50K, and that's it. Now we can see that they sniped it up because we can go here, open it up over here. And we can see here, look at all this insiders. The whole thing is red. So that's a scam, because when you launch a pump coin, it's only going to launch at 6K or 7K. You can't manipulate that. The only way they do this is they have 100 to 200 wallets, and those 200 wallets instantly buy up as soon as the token is live. And that's why you get this massive green god candle. But that's a scam. And I can guarantee you that these will be the same. So let's just check here. Yep, same chart. Zoom out, same chart. So it's straight away. That's how you want to scan. You want to look at these numbers and then don't even bother wasting your time going into them. And even if the coin is like best thing, has the best marketing, you're going to lose money. It doesn't matter. You don't trade off emotions. You use your brain and you make your calculated decisions. You do risk analysis, and that's how you trade. So we can see here 73%. So we skipped this. So we already filtered out 8 tokens without even clicking into them, just by looking at these 2 values. So that's another way to filter out scam tokens. Now, another way we can look at is, let's say we're trading here. So this is how I trade. I look at new pairs. I don't have a Twitter tracker or anything like that. I know a lot of people do have Twitter trackers, but I don't need a Twitter tracker. Once you trade for long enough, you'll know by your eye that a token is good, and you can look into their socials to see if your idea is correct. So we can open up our wallet tracker here. The reason I use a wallet tracker is it helps me build confluence. Confluence is basically, let's say I buy into this colon. If I buy into it and I see like 4 to 5 influencers buying into it, that means I'm doing something right because they're buying into this token. So by them buying in, they're going to have a lot of copy traders, which will boost the volume for me, and then I can get out before they get out. So let's look at this. Let's say KO split, kept bought into this, and let's see. So you can see here, it launched, it went up to 12K, dipped a bit. So this is where we'd buy in. We wouldn't buy in up here. We'd buy in after the dip. So we'd buy in at 10K, and then it went all the way up to 16K. And I would have sold at 16K already, because that would have been $50 if I invested $100, because it's half. Okay, that's how you calculate your profit. So if you bought in at 10K, your 2x would be at 20K, because it's double the market, and then 1.5x would be 15K. So that's how I do it. So I would have got out already. So I would have got out around here, and that's it. I'm gone. I'm not looking at this chart anymore. I'm not seeing what could have happened. I'm out. That's it. So you can see here that, let's say if we bought in to reach that trend again, if we bought in, let's say where these values are, we bought in here and we sold here, close the chart. Don't be looking at the chart and saying like, oh, I should have held. Why did I sell? I could have made a lot more money. It doesn't matter, because you already made your money. You made profit. So why do you care how high it went up? You can't be guessing saying, oh, I could have made, instead of $50, I could have made $300. Who cares? There's so many coins on the market that it doesn't matter if you lose money or if you make money. Because like, let's say you have 3 bad losing trades of $50 each. So you're down $150. You make one trade for $150 and you're back break even. That's when you need good risk analysis and risk management. So don't be looking like that. If you make money on VChat Trenter and you see it go up 1 million market cap, who cares? So you made your money. Move on to the next token. There's loads of tokens being created. Look, there's loads of opportunities in the market for you to make money. You just have to have the right mindset. So let's just do a bit of live scanning and see if we can find anything good. So what I do is I look at names and images, and then I also see what links they have. So the majority, the meta now is the X community. So I need to make sure that there's an X community before I buy into anything. And then let's say I buy into this like Ken here. We want to see what they have here. So they have no X community. It's just a tweet here. So that's not going to do anything. So I skip out of that. Another thing is, like, when you're trench trading, usually people trade for 10 to 12 hours a day, but you don't need to do that much. But if you trade 10 to 12 hours a day, you can see here that this image, Ken, you'll know that it's been created already. It's not an OG. It's not an original token. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tokens with the same image. So you skip that. You don't even click into them anymore because you know they're old. And if you click into this, actually, you can see here in similar tokens, sometimes it'll appear here with similar tokens, and then you can avoid it that way as well. So we're just looking now to see what's being created. You can see these guys are being created again, and we've just checked. So we're not going to click into it again because we know it's not original anymore. And then we're just going to wait to see what's launching. You can see that this icon is bonk, and you can see it's bonked by the contract address, and then the green pill is pump, and by the pump contract address. And you can see that there's bonks being created more than pump fun at the moment, and that's normal because we're trading at 9 a.m. UK time in the morning, so most people are still asleep, so there's not a lot of volume in the markets. I like to trade Monday to Fridays because the weekends have really little volume, and it's just so volatile and just shit being created on the market. So we trade Monday to Friday, either between 9 to 5 or in the evening when everyone's back from work and trading again. So that's what we're going to do. And if you look at the final stretch, you can see that most of these are red, so we don't have to click any of these. You can see all these are scams. So we're just going to scan now to see if we can find any good opportunities, and I want to show you an example of a scalp. So let's say this one's sold here. We can buy in here when, as soon as it goes drops down. You can see here we've made some volume. We're up 15%, and we sell right over here. So we exited here. We could have made a lot more money at 9K, but look, we made $10 from scalping. That's within 3 seconds. So that's how I trade. I scalp, I get in, and then I sell. So if I held from here to here, I could have made actually nearly $50, but I only made $10. So who cares? We're out now. That's it. We're done. You don't want to think of that too. I still made $10. Like $10 in 2 seconds or 3 seconds is still good money. So you never want to think like, oh, I could have made more if I sold or if I held longer. That's not how we look at it. But that's how I trade. Basically, I just scalp. See here, the price went down and there's no buying pressure now. We don't buy into this because there's not enough eyeballs. The thing you have to realize is that this pull screen is being scanned by thousands of people. But if you click into it and there's no buying volume, there's going to be 10 more tokens created after this token while you're looking at this. So there's no more eyeballs. They'll be gone. Like, look, if I go out of seal now, it's already gone from the top page. If I just refresh here, oh, it's still here. Well, that's because there's no new tokens being created. But in a busy market, it would have been disappeared. Like, this seal would be all the way down here at the bottom. Because if there's coins being created every second, as soon as you click into it, that might be gone. So there might not be more traders looking at this token anymore. And that's why there's no buying pressure anymore on that token. So let's just see if we can make another one here. Mullet dog, that's already, you can see 10% bundle. sold and 12% inside. Snipers, we can check here. Global exchange, let's just check this. No buying pressure, so we get out of it. You want to see instant buying pressure, otherwise there's no point trading it. This has no buying pressure either. You can see the market's very slow. There's no tokens being created 15 seconds now already, so you can see that it's way slower than what it is when people are trading. We can try this one, for instance. Buy it in just to see if people are going to buy this in. No, dev sold again on us, and we lost $3 here, which is fine. We're going to lose some money. There's no such thing as a 100% winning strategy. You're going to be winning and you're going to be losing. Let's just check here. WeChat Wojak. Okay, that's down. Let's buy in. Okay, I bought and it's sold. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I also want to make sure that there's no buying pressure when you buy in. You can see that it's going to sell now. So I sold at the bottom. See, I'm not top lasting. I'm waiting for a dip before I sell. So that would be a good entry point now. As you can see, someone ate that whole dip up. I'm going to sell now. And we made 27%, which is $12. So we just made another $12 there. So we're up $20 already. So that's how you want to trade. You want to scalp and you want to watch this video 5 to 10 times and listen to what I'm telling you. You need to have the right mindset, patience, and just trade consistently. You need to trade for at least 3 to 6 months before you get a grasp of this. You're not going to watch this video, trade, and you're going to make a millionaire the next week. It takes practice. It's a skill. It's like trading the forex or the stock market. It takes a while, but once you pick it up, you can actually make a lot of money. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer all comments. And yeah, thank you.